Monica Mangan is a self-taught acrylic painter whose artistic journey began as a simple hobby during the 2020 pandemic. It has since blossomed into something more. Using acrylic as her chosen medium, she expresses her imagination and emotions on canvas. As she delved deeper into her craft, Monica found herself exploring new techniques and pushing the boundaries of her creativity. Her continual growth and improvement is evident in the evolution of her work, as she fearlessly experiments with different media. She soon caught the attention of others, gathering recognition and praise. Each work of art is infused with her passion and authenticity, inviting viewers to immerse themselves in the beauty and emotion captured within her brushstrokes. Monica Mangan embodies the essence of a modern-day Renaissance woman to inspire and create.
Welcome to Garden State of the Arts. I'm your host, Joey Lancelotti, and today we have another fantastic artist, Monica Mangan. How are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
It is truly our pleasure. So, how did you figure out that you really had a talent for art?
Well, I started on my artistic journey with just a desire to learn something new and to challenge myself.
Okay.
I think the talent kind of evolved as I started to experiment and play and kind of hone in on techniques.
Okay, so throughout your journey, who would you say inspired you, or what inspired you?
I'm inspired by, obviously, other artists. I'm inspired by everything around me. There's a great Andy Warhol quote, which is something to the effect of keep creating art. Let everybody else decide if it's good or bad, and while they're deciding, keep creating art. And I've kind of established that mantra in my own practice.
I love that. That is awesome. I've never heard that before. So, throughout your journey, have you kind of nailed down your process of how you create?
What I've learned is that I can't be attached to an outcome. So I have to begin each piece with allowing myself the freedom to let it evolve as I continue to create. No piece ends up looking like what I intended for it to look like.
That is awesome.
So I've kind of learned to surrender to the process.
Okay, that is a great way about going about it. Let it guide you.
Let it guide me. Yes, exactly.
So, have you been given any feedback that really helped you hone your craft, or anything like a comment that somebody made that made you feel really proud about your work?
Well, I'm proud of all of my work, even the bad work, because everything has just required a tremendous amount of effort and energy. I think the feedback that I've gotten that has been validating to me is that my work is varied, that I don't really have a specific, I feel like I have a style that's evolving, but I try so many different things, and that has given me the encouragement to continue on this experimental journey in my art practice.
That is so cool. So you got to sharpen all the swords. You
Sharpen
go
all the
down every
swords.
avenue.
Yes, exactly.
So I've gotten the chance to actually look at a lot of your work. And so would you mind actually helping us go over what everything really is and how you went about making it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's
I'd
take a
love
look.
to. This is a piece that is, these are 4x4-inch canvases. Basically paintings of a vintage box of my old CDs that I didn't want to throw away, so I decided to paint them, and I put them all together, and they look really cool in one frame together. This is a similar piece. These are 4x6-inch canvases. This was a COVID project. These are a series of portraits of musicians. I find portrait painting incredibly challenging and difficult, and this was just, again, a practice. And there are 81 of these musicians on this piece.
That is so cool.
This is a piece called Moo that I created at the request of my son, who wanted a cow for his New York City apartment. And this is one of my most popular pieces. I've recreated this as a commission in various sizes.
That one's probably my favorite.
It's one of my favorites also, yes.
Just all the colors in it and the brush
there's a lot of
strokes
colors,
you
a
can
lot
just
of
see.
textures and layers. This is a piece called The Crowd, and this was created from my head. It's, again, an experiment with color and perspective. It's just a live music scene somewhere. It could be anywhere. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is John Lennon. There are probably 20 different versions of him underneath this final product. Again, portraits are really hard for me, and I find abstracts a little bit easier. This is a quote that I really love. The background of this is an experiment with color and technique. And yeah.
Wow. Let me just say, I did not give you enough credit. Those were beyond fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So how do you find the time to balance your work life and your art goals?
Well, I'm very disciplined and structured with my time. I work during the day. I have my own business as a fitness trainer. I own my own studio, and I work one-on-one with my clients. I find that working one-on-one with people all day takes a lot of a special kind of energy, and so I find just coming home and being alone in my thoughts and in my space is kind of a perfect balance and a great way to end most days for me. So it's a natural balance that I've been able to find.
That is great. It's really hard to find a balance between those two. But it seems like you got one that's really working, and you're creating some amazing pieces.
Thank you.
So how would you say that the way that you work in art, how would you say that it has impacted the way that you see the world?
I look at the world differently now as an artist. I see color, combinations of color, perspectives, negative space, composition a little bit differently now, because I'm thinking, how would I paint this? Could I paint this? How would this look as a painting? How would I interpret this? I take pictures of absolutely everything that inspires me, and I'm just kind of taking like a mental folder of ideas and inspiration in my everyday life.
Wow, that is so cool. So do you have anything to say to anybody who wants to follow in your footsteps? Any piece of advice that helped you or that you just feel others need to know?
I would say the art world is a very, very big world, and there's room for everybody. Pursue your creativity with vulnerability and with a fearlessness. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything. Just keep creating.
That is amazing. You have to be fearless when you're putting all of yourself really on the line and just being that vulnerable. You have to be fearless.
Yep.
So I think I've got one more question for you. So how do you want to impact the audience or the viewers when you have someone looking at a painting, at one of your paintings? How do you want them to feel when you're creating, after you've created it?
Well, I create art for myself, so I feel like my best work is work that I create from my heart and work that inspires me, and I hope that my art represents the fearlessness and the freedom and the passion and happiness that I feel when I create it.
That is awesome. That is such a great answer. Do you, real quick, I have one more, then this is just out of my pure curiosity. Do you have a favorite painting?
Do I have a favorite painting? I think that the piece that is my most favorite is the piece that with the 81 musicians.
The 81
because
musicians?
It was so time consuming, and each one of those pieces was so challenging for me.
I loved that one too. That one was fantastic. But that's all the time we have today. Thank you all so much for watching Guardian State of the Arts, and I will see you guys next week.